I woke up very excited today. It is December 2021. We're coming into the Christmas season. And we do this Be the Light meditation every single week. And we approach the topic of how to become our own Christed consciousness. So, right around Christmas time, I get excited because it's winter outside, so we're doing less outside. And obviously, we can spend more time going inside. And inside, sometimes we might have blockages to being the light, or blockages to even stilling our mind, or going to that inner core that's always there. It just seems not accessible. So I've designed a program for 2022. And it's pretty powerful. Of course, I didn't design it. It's through me, and you asked for it. You're here. And it's pretty much, for lack of a better word, they say don't use negative words like fear, but we're going to remove fear. We're going to remove the layers, the vestiges of fear that keep us contained and keep us stuck. And fear is that octopus that has a suction cup that just holds on to us with all the expressions of the fears that we have in this lifetime from all of our patterning. But guess what? From other lifetimes as well. So we're going to clean house, and we're going to clean house very deep. And today is the first in a series of 3 Be the Light meditations, where I'm going to bring forth some of the principles around fear, our role as fear avatars, and because on the other side of fear is complete freedom and being bathed in love all the time, even while the world continues to be dissonant, confusing, and full of chaos. So that is an introduction to our focus today. And I pulled out some wonderful resources to get us started in that direction. First, I'm keeping an eye on the door, because once I start talking, sometimes people find their way to the Be the Light door. It takes them a few minutes, so I don't want to leave them out in the cold. Let's begin to drop into that space beyond our daily thoughts, beyond our to-do lists, beyond all that it took to get ready to come here to settle down. Let's let go of all of that stress, all of that overthinking, all of the holiday mayhem, and take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. With each exhalation, you are releasing all of that, and all of that more that we don't even realize we're carrying. Just become present here in this moment on this Zoom call, and take your focus into your heart. Just drop in and nestle into that cozy place of your heart that does know who you really are and does know where you're really going, and the wonderful outcome of being this human messenger in this timing for Earth, and her ascension into the heart resonance of the 4th dimension. Okay, before we drop into the deeper meditation, I'm going to give some foundations and some parameters of this work around fear. As I said, fear has many, many faces, like the Medusa head. Here's a new one. But there are original fears. And this original fear conundrum can be thought of as a trilogy, because that's pretty much the most stable form on Earth, the triangle. And there are 3 points on that trilogy. And those 3 issues, conundrums, are what you brought into in this lifetime, in your cellular and intracellular, historical, across all time and space, cellular blueprint to heal it in this lifetime. Let me say that again. There is a trilogy of issues. Now, I'll give you an example. And of course, I'm just being transparent here. When I worked with Corinne Thiollet, who introduced me in France, the Brittany area, to this philosophy of looking at things. And of course, it was through her, through the Archangel Metatron, my own personal issues that I have brought from eons, from every incarnation. And if you're listening to this call, you understand all these words and you're pretty comfortable. My three main issues, and I say them to give examples, and also that you may see each of us are human and moving and hitting around with deep, very deep soul journey items that aren't recognizable on the surface. When I was born, my soul felt I am a person with no real home. Actually, my mother's water broke and I wouldn't come out for a week. I just, in every part of me knew that I wouldn't find a real home here. And actually, I've come to believe I'm a visitor here, a transitional agent for new frequencies for the earth. And so are you. But can you imagine all the ways that that played out? Not feeling part of my family, not feeling part of social groups, feeling like an outsider, not part of the tribe. And so with that comes trust issues, a sense of feeling alienated and isolated. And it wasn't even from this lifetime, but I brought it in to heal in this lifetime. And right now I'm sitting in one of the homes that I live in, a waterfront home in beautiful Olympia, next door to the other guest home that I share with my partner, or sometimes we go to our retreat home in another town. 3 homes. So Spirit has shown me over and over again, until I grounded where I'm at, if I allow myself to create and feel at home. That's number 1. Number 2, people don't have a clue of what is going on. And honestly, not everybody is meant to understand the divine plan. Not everybody's an active part of it, but you are if you're listening to this. And for my part, this is a soul conundrum part of the trilogy that I often stand in judgment. Oh my God, look at that. They're just reeling out that fear message again. And look at this, they're part of the problem. So all of that energy labeling, those in the know, those in the light, and those in the dark. I'm not God. It's not my job. Number 3, I may never find the others, the tribe of light, who we contracted to come here and meet and circle up. And I'll tell you more later because that involves you. So these are my 3 conundrums. So I hope while I was speaking, you were starting to think, what's my trilogy? Well, your trilogy rears up when you have a gut somatic reaction to something, when you're attached to an outcome. You have control, a fear of loss, or something that is repeating in 3 different ways. And this is the fun of it, is you might master, I've mastered the home part, I'm working on the clue part, and I may never find the others. Obviously, I found the others, and my part was to resonate at a level where they could see me. But there are sub-levels of this that will come out as you heal one level. You get down to the really important fears that feels like life or death. And that's where it takes such courage and fortitude, and it will crack your heart open, and there might be a lot of pain. There might be pain in your heartache and loss and absolute, what? Why am I here? This hurts too much. And if you follow that and stay connected to your truth and light, therein is the goal of complete enlightenment, becoming light, embodying light, and relieving fear. So today, in this trilogy of 3 Zooms in a row, think of one area of your life, one platform where you hold fear patterns near and dear, often in your psyche, emotions, and behaviors. Be thinking about that while I just explain a little bit more before we drop in. So this personal struggle is between light and shadow. It's like a holographic aspect of yourself that sends out little blinking signals to other people to come in and help you with your drama. All the villains, the mean stepmothers, the abusers, they're coming in to help you finally release and reduce all this shadow to be free. And there's no villains. There were only players to show you what laid underneath this atrocity that they brought in, a non-trust, a non-openness to love. And at first it seems rather like a pretend or superficial healing, but I'm talking going right down into the core of the first vibrational insult into your beautiful divine body. And everyone else has come in to play parts to help you see that initial insult, and it's in your cellular memory. So we're going to be clearing cellular memory today. Release ourselves of the bondage and these struggles. Why? Most likely you are here as a star person, lineage, angelic realms. Well, we're all from somewhere. Even people who don't know this language say, well, of course I'm from heaven. Well, what do you mean heaven? Could there be different areas in heaven, different homes? Well, okay. So many of us are here, and we have come at precipitous, important times for Earth, for certain frequency grid changes. And so we're here to peel back and release truth. We're bringing into our presence a universal sphere of truth, absolute truth, that no mistruth can stand in its presence. So we have returned to hold, create through our own bodies, through dissolution of fear, to return Earth and her people to everything being connected to the Holy Grail, the oneness. We ourselves will hold the circuitry within ourselves to be the wall, to be the holding, to be the strings, to be the tether for this wall of light, holding it with our will, staying aligned to our own light until it's impermeable, until there's no little pebbles to trip over with these old fears. So many of us are feeling traumatized right now because we are here serving up our bodies as circuit boards for many of the archetype misdeeds that have happened since the fall from grace, since some interference in this frequency wall of inclusion with all divine alignment. And we are holding the pain of that. And yet, while we're holding that pain, we are still going towards and creating this wall, no matter what. It's your soul trajectory. So part of it is we heal part of this trauma by going into truth and light together in circles like this. And I often say, find other people that you can meditate with and hold this frequency field of divine light. Because it is time for us to go home ourselves and to hold that frequency of heavenly home in our bodies and be in these circles and strengthen it whenever 2 or more are gathered, strengthen it and vibrate it out so that more and more and more can entrain with this that choose to, of course, free will. So our role is to hold this light to influence others. But we know it's been tricky and it's been traumatizing not to be too much light because we're not believable and not functionable. Not to be so ascended that we can't function, and not to fall below a balance where we become in despair and depressed and just curl up in a fetal position, which is what star people do. This is so hard, man. I am just going to shut off. And then, nope, bing, back into the light. So this ping pong game is coming to an end, as is coming to an end Earth being under the control of these lower vibrational forces, we shall say. So our job is to find each other, and each step together and solo, we are bringing more shadow to light, so that we have this clear path to ascend. So we clear the trauma and the fear, and we take a step towards ascension. We clear more drama and more fear, and we take a step towards ascension. So it does feel tedious, but it's a lot more fun when we have each other. And the minute I turn on the Be the Light meditation, and I see all of your hearts connecting, some look like little lights, I'm just like, yes, I'm in the right place. You will know when you're with the right people because it's through resonance. So how do we do this? What is the medicine? Well, the medicine is to bring in new harmonic codes. If you've been holding your trilogy tied with fear and different things, and again, you volunteered and contracted to bring that trilogy forward like a time capsule to hold yourself in so you wouldn't have too much light too soon or be too weird or too expanded. Until now, when we're ready to see ascended beings, when the world needs to see, and you yourself need to be convinced of, that I am a being of light and I co-create with Source. Everything has come together and congealed for this moment of reveal, of birthing, the butterfly breaking through, and we're just pushing through, and we're just getting ready to spread those wings and put them in the sun and fly. So it's frequencies. These are the words: harmonic code of healing sound. Harmonic codes that replace the codes that have been holding this structure of falsity built on fear. Harmonic codes that come in with the blueprint and override and supersede the old patterning, which you wore like old clothes for a while. I see us walking through the world wearily wearing old clothes and finally saying, we're done, we're free. We're free. We're free to be ourselves. We're free to be seen. We're free to fly. We're free. So back to this Trinity pattern, this seemingly never-ending patterns that we hold within ourselves that came with the fall from grace and our promise to bring them back in as archetypes in our circuit board, ready to heal today with these harmonic codes. Are you ready to step beyond this duality of us versus them? This separation can end with you now. So let's move into this bath of healing harmonic codes. It is not something that I know, Jan knows. I am just being a conduit messenger from this moment on in this meditation to bring the frequencies to move this energy. So we begin. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We allow ourselves, with gratitude and appreciation, to hug our human self for all that we have processed and worked with. It's tremendous. Give yourself a little toot on a horn. because the unseen ones, the divine beings that are filing in right now, are saying, do you have any idea of the change and goodness that is now transpiring on earth through you, through your sacrifice, through your work, through your continuing each step on the way? So bring that trilogy, that conundrum trilogy forth, and allow yourself to imagine that you're moving and merging with the most urgent item, that vibrating sore spot in your life. And as I said before, it may not be the major issue. That may be something, say, for later when you're stronger, more expanded. Whatever has appeared to you, not trusting people, self, not taking care of yourself, self-diminishment, which part of this octopus suction cup, what suction cup is got a hold on you? Not trusting the divine plan, not trusting yourself. Which attachment? Because it has a pattern, it has colors, it has a structure. Picture a jungle gym in a child's playground, and it has structure. And imagine that the frequencies that were coming in are like a tornado of light that nothing can withstand. But we're going to move it with love and your permission. This is why we use the words, I ask and intend. And remember, we began this meditation from your heart. So take your attention into your heart, and we let your heart ask and intend today. Repeat after me in your head if you're not muted. I ask and intend to completely, profoundly, and permanently release this vibration. I release this vibration and fill in the ingredient of what you are seeking to release here. The pattern, the issue, the vibration. Fill it in. And repeat after me. I am choosing to deeply release this vibration from my heart, from my soul, from my physical biofield. I am choosing, with the support of Source, to choose a new life beyond this vibration. I am allowing the frequencies of the harmonic codes of creation to dissolve this conundrum and create a new pattern that is resonating with my divinity, so that I am attuned to all of creation in divine alignment. And so it is. The breath of our Creator blows through us, refining and defining and purifying. We witness and allow this process of the re-encodement of all that we are now. Imagine the time and space and travel grid, the beautiful lacy-like firmament that connects everything. And imagine that you are holding your own personal 0 point in this moment. All that you are. And imagine that this 0 point of you is connecting with the 0 point that allows you to expand into your entire lineage, every incarnation, moving back to your first journey here on earth. We ask and intend that all interferences and insults, transgressions that have occurred around, through us, in us, with us, by us, are now dismantled as all parts of ourselves align with the truth and light harmonic codes. Bundi tirakava inshuri nyata yurung korote. We walk through the ancient halls of our beingness, and we see mists of light healing and clearing not just the body and self that we carried, but all that is around us. This is super mega house cleaning. Horintiatar rokoshi indiotor, monene korekia poriator. Many languages along these lineages. And now you're coming back and forward in time into the 0 point within your proximity. And you are bringing your consciousness back into your heart, into your body. And you are allowing yourself a few moments of integration and to contemplate this great deed of your choosing, of your will. We are watching the old structures in vibrational bits, pieces of light, swirling in a mist of a recreation in all parts of your being, all the historical parts, all the words, the dramas, the theatrical parts of what you are releasing are just blowing out of your field back into the highway of universal particles, being neutralized so that you are free. Take a deep breath and notice how it's easier to take that deep breath with more room in your body. Feel how your shoulders are carrying less weight of the conundrums, weightiness. Feel your stomach muscles ungirding, unarmoring, and letting go. Feel the muscles, your heart template, everything surrounding your heart vibrating as never before, warmly glowing and opening and realizing the cage is open. The dove of peace is here. We imagine and see and allow this direct reconnection with Source to be unbroken, to be sealed, to be made perfect. A golden, platinum, silvery chain link of frequencies of divinity, strong, moving from your heart back to creation. As we allow ourselves to be the light once again. So we're going to give a bit of spaciousness here to let this merging be complete and smooth. We ask and intend that the new frequencies, this new patterning of the harmonic codes, are stabilized and integrated into your systems and your networks, your entire grid, clarified, rarefied, and beautified, like a diamond. You're a multifaceted diamond, clear and resonantly reflecting the truth and light and goodness of the Creator, floating in a field of grace and oneness and safety and peace. And you're letting this sink all the way down into your sit bones so that your sense of being safe here, safe and sound, is now deeply and permanently embodied in your base chakra, so that you know it and breathe it and acknowledge it. Excellent. So while you are in this state of movement, imagine that we are putting a beautiful golden resilient egg around your entire energetic field. And this will assist and support these transformative, profound processes to have a smoothness and unfettered process. I guess that was our wake-up call to come back. We never want to come back. It's like the, sleepover party when we're 13, and this is the most fun we've ever had in our life. We don't want to go home. Well, you're taking the party with you. That's what part of this beautiful golden resilient egg is, to hold these frequencies in and integrate them. So I do suggest and recommend that you drink lots of water today, and that you just stay like a baby, protected from harsh elements, people, things, media out into the world, and just let this continue to sift and work its way into the deeper parts of yourself. So today we worked on one part of the trilogy to begin to truly release fear. The next 2 weeks, we will work on the other 2 holding points in your trilogy, preparing for 2021, where We will then bring it all together on 2 community Zooms. January 21st, 121, 222, and February 22nd, 222, 222. Frequencies are numbers. Spirit told me on those days at 10 a.m. And we will collectively, as a group, by your presence, you will have already done a lot of the deeper work, and your resonance will assist and support the entire movement of this larger group. And in this way, we're forming this bigger, vibrating, fascinating with fractals, prismatic sphere of truth, harmonic sphere of truth and light for the planet. And then after that, I'll be initiating the quantum future envisioning circles. And I'll talk more about that next week. Now, just rest and nest into this sulcus of beautiful healing energies. And so it is.